to everyone listening to me. I'm Saismita Maharana from grade 7A from Velimal Academy, here to tell a story about the Forest of Comfort. There was once a boy named Chris who lived with his mom and his cousin. They lived in a small hut in a village. They were not too rich but not povertized either, but were happy for having a roof above their head. Although Chris had a totally different mindset, he wanted to live in a very lavish life, unlike his family. He also often had beef with them for feeling enough with what they had. He wanted a better and a happier, which was mostly about wealth, not about happiness. So, one night, not thinking twice or right, he decided to leave during the midnight. As he was walking outside in the long path roads, he could hear the wolves howling, cold breeze passing him, and his lamp was the only light which led him towards his next destiny. As he walked hours and hours here and there, he then saw big, bushy, healthy trees in front of him. Being a very curious person, decided to go inside of them. As he went deeper and deeper, he saw prettier plants, so pretty and beautiful, but it didn't mean him a thing, as all he wanted was money and wealth. As he went deeper in the forest, he saw some tiny creatures standing in front of him. They looked about 3 to 4 feet tall. As he went near him and told them, "Who are you all?" Them not saying a word, turned around and looked him directly in the eye, which made him feel a bit awkward. But then, after some seconds, many creatures like that started running towards him, carrying him on top of their head, and then brought him towards a pretty dark and scary place. It was quiet and dark as his lamp fell down and he couldn't see anything. He then saw a small light. As the light grew bigger, he saw an old, tiny, long bearded man, similar to them but different in age. He kept staring at him as he gave him an abnormal feeling. But then a creature yelled out, "Your Majesty, choose what to do with him. He's an intruder, to kill or to see." Then the old man thought for some seconds and then told, "We'll see." The old man then came near to Chris and told him in a slurry voice, "You young lad, I see why you've came here, but don't worry. Truth will hit you soon and you will see where you belong." Chris decided not to answer that. And then the old man again, but with a soft voice this time, told him, "You have to live in this forest. That will be your new challenge from me. But there's a twist. This forest will give you anything you need, which will be your curse." Then Chris said, "A curse? Oh, well, that's like a gift to me. Thanks, and I do agree in doing a so very weird challenge." Well, as the day began, the next day, Chris's new destiny started. And then he started wishing for useless stuff like wealth, mansions, junk food, jewelries, even though that was not really a big necessity in the forest. Like this, days passed by, Chris wished for more useless stuff, and the forest got ruined. Even the tiny creatures living there hated him a lot. And one day the creatures decided to go to the old man and complain to him about Chris. But the old man stayed silent and said, "My people, what did I tell you in the beginning? Patience. Just wait and watch." The creatures, with a disappointed look, went away, still having belief in their leader. Like this, months passed by, and Yes, the forest got even badder and badder. But there was a difference in Chris. He started feeling off about all the things around him. He started to think about his family and how he was earlier. So one fine evening, he went to the old man and said, Your Majesty, I would like to leave this forest. I'm just not feeling it anymore. The Majesty said, But why? I thought you loved this place. Do you want more from it? Chris said, Oh no, I got whatever I wanted, but I did not get what I actually need: my family, my happiness, and most importantly, a right mindset. The Majesty finally, giving a smile, said, Well, then, fine, you can leave. But the tiny creatures behind him, whispering, Why doesn't he get it? The forest gave him the right mindset of leaving his greediness. But when Chris left, the tiny old man said, Oh, my people, the forest did not give him a right mindset. Him himself gave him the mindset of having a right mindset. The end. Finally, I would like to say that some people would understand the old man's wordings.